Well, dear friends, we have reached the last lesson of this bonus section. From now on, I'm going to show you a good part of the review process done by the WordPress.org review team and some of the actions I took to fix the problems pointed out by them. At no time did I think I would go through this process unscathed. Here it is. We have a lot of small bugs to fix. Get used to it. Well, the first review of my theme was done 3 weeks after the first submission, so it really takes a while for them to start looking at the theme. The point is that there are several themes in the queue, but few people qualify to do the review. Let's scroll down a little bit to see what this process is like. Well, I have to make something clear to you. I started sending this theme a little before starting to record the video lessons for this course. I thought it would be better that way. As you see at the end of this lesson, the review process can take a few months. So some of the mistakes and bugs that appear here on this ticket page didn't even show up in the video lessons. Examples are these errors we got here at the beginning. I had time to correct them and you guys didn't even see it in the course. In this case, some of the errors you see here are related to problems in third-party files that I used in the theme. For example, here are some WooCommerce template files that I used in the first version and that I end up removing from the final version of this course. As I already told you, this issue regarding third-party files is quite complex. After a lot of asking, I ended up discovering with the review team that all the files inside my theme are my responsibility, even if these files are from WordPress itself. For example, this problem here was not generated by me, but by the WooCommerce developers. But the reviewer is asking me to fix it. That's when I ask the reviewer and he gives me this answer here. So I decided to remove some third-party files from my theme, like the WooCommerce files. You realize that this didn't affect the final result of the course because you ended up learning a lot related to the WooCommerce template files despite my decision. Nevertheless, I decided to leave several third-party files, like those of native WordPress themes, just to show you the implications of this. I hope this was helpful, guys. Well, let me come back up here. Here are some important issues that I fixed in the second version I sent for review. For example, here he's asking me to avoid echo HTML tags. So I opened this WC modifications file and made some modifications. Let me show you them. As you can see, now instead of echoing the HTML, I'm breaking the PHP flow here before the tag and starting it again just below. So this is the right way and this is wrong. It's wrong despite the fact that if you look at the WooCommerce documentation, you see exactly this code there. So the documentation is also wrong, guys. It's unbelievable, but it's true. Don't worry, I'll make all of the changes available to you, okay? If you download the course material, you'll have access to all of these files already corrected. Let's go back to the ticket page. Here's another important feature to be corrected. So they say it's required to add a table of contents in my style.css file. So let me open up the file and I'll show you what I did to correct it. See, here's a table of contents. It's not difficult. If you open one of the native themes, you see something like this. So you can use it as a template, no secrets. This third point is also important. It is saying that the theme will leave a blank column on the left side of the shop page whenever there are no widgets on the sidebar. I noticed that the same thing happens also on all pages that have sidebars. So here's what I did. I created this function. And this is an interesting function, pay attention. It uses the body class filter. I didn't talk about this filter in the course, but it's very interesting. So it uses this filter to add new class names to the body tag. You can use it to do many interesting things. However, this has to meet some conditions. For example, here I'm saying that whenever there is no widgets available in the sidebar of the shop page, a class called noSidebarShop is added in the body tag. Do you remember that body class function we have in the HTML body element? So this is a kind of complement to that. And with this code here, with this class, no sidebar shop, I can create a CSS rule to remove the sidebar and increase the div that features the shop items. I use the same logic for the main theme sidebar and also for the footer widgets area. You can check this behavior in the final version of the theme, okay? And the best thing, my solution was accepted by the reviewers. Okay, after all the corrections made, I changed the version number in the style.css file, as already pointed out in the last lesson, compressed the file again, and now I'm going to send the file once again. So round 2, well, I fixed all the problems indicated by the review, including those that were related to the native theme files, the ones I had within my theme. I won't explain what those problems were because you can see on the review page. They are all related to things I taught you in the course. So the first reviewer finally approved my theme. But that doesn't mean the theme is ready to be published. Once it's approved, it goes into a new queue. Here's where my theme is. Now it's time to meet a second, a more meticulous reviewer called a key reviewer. Let's see how long this takes and what happens at this stage. Well, about a week later, my theme started being checked by the key reviewer. I realized that this person here is one of the most rigorous of the community. So this key reviewer here passed the theme on to the first reviewer with some items ready to be corrected. And these items here don't appear in the course either because I had time to correct them before recording the lessons. This one was not mentioned in the course, I prefer to show it now. So WordPress.org will not allow you to work only with the minified version of the files. You need to make the non-minified versions available as well. So I added the non-minified version of the Bootstrap files to the theme. You don't need to include the files, okay? You just add the files in the theme folder. So I fixed the issues, sent out a new version of the theme, and prayed that there would be no more errors. A few days later, the first reviewer approved the theme, but the key reviewer reopened the ticket again. Really, they are extremely careful. Sometimes I even doubt that I would get the theme approved. And you guys saw in these 19 lessons how much work I had to do to create this theme. These errors here were not shown in the course. These ones were also corrected during the lessons. In fact, the course you're watching right now is the result of several revisions I myself made before delivering it to you. One more version sent. And here's a point that was a little confusing for me. The reviewer sent me an image and I understood where the problem was. I advise you to ask the reviewer for help if you're not understanding something, okay? I, Marcelo, may not be able to help you solve the problems you encounter, but the reviewer can certainly help you. So always ask them how you can best solve a problem, okay? This problem was very easy to solve. The point was that the options related to WooCommerce were showing up in Customizer even when WooCommerce was disabled in the theme. Then I just had to open the Customizer file and add this if block, which you'll certainly recognize. From the first field, popular product's title, to the last field, the of the week product ID. This way, these options only appear when the theme is using WooCommerce, exactly as the reviewer told me. Okay, I sent the fourth version of the theme. And finally, after 3 months, I got the theme approved. Nailed it! Here's the theme page, already published in WordPress.org. Within the first few hours, the theme has already had more than 200 downloads. That's what I mean when I say that WordPress.org is a great showcase for your work. With a good marketing plan, you can launch a theme, have thousands of downloads, and have a good audience for your services, premium versions of your theme, etc. In my case, I decided to make only the free version available at the beginning, but nothing prevents me from including something in the next version of my theme, inviting the user to know the advantages of an upcoming premium version. When I decide to do this, I already have a user base, exactly the ones who have already downloaded the free theme and are using it on their sites. Well, folks, that's it. Really, you can't even imagine how hard this was. It took me 6 months of hard work, including creating the theme, planning the lectures, reviewing the course content and the theme dozens of times. But I think that was worth it. You have in your hands a high-quality course that will open your eyes to new horizons. I hope that many of my students will become great theme creators and can earn a living honestly by selling these themes. I'm glad to be part of this story. Big hug to all and see you next time. Bye!